This one's wife. She is staring at obscurity. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Obscurity terrifies the narcissist. The narcissist must matter, and the way that they know that they matter is as a consequence of the reaction of those around them. Those reactions validate the existence of the narcissist and provide them with fuel, which is the glue that keeps the construct together, the construct being that which is shown to the outside world. Without that fuel, without that recognition, without that validation, that construct crumbles and thus becomes the death knell of the narcissist. This is why the narcissism compels the narcissist to seek that fuel each and every day by way of recognition, by way of approval, admiration, love, adoration, hatred, contempt, whatever it might be, as long as there is that reaction. This is what the narcissist strives for. And the engine at the heart of the narcissist to compel the narcissist to seek out this fuel and to control those around them is the narcissism. By utilizing a range of manipulations, it causes the narcissist to seek the prime aims, which prevents the narcissist sliding into the chasm of obscurity. Should the narcissist become obscure, then that is the death knell for them. Whether it is ignored by their local community, their family and friends, or on a wider scale that the world no longer shows interest in someone who was regularly featured in the press and across the media, this is the death knell, and the narcissism fights against such an occurrence. For this one's wife, however, she is staring that obscurity in the face. She might not necessarily recognize it, but that is what is happening. Take a look, if you will, at this picture, which has appeared on her Instagram. Once again, as I predicted many months ago, this one's wife taking to Instagram as a means of the assertion of control and the seeking of drawing of fuel. She hasn't posted it on her personal Instagram, but has used the As Ever account, which shows herself wearing a dress with princess sleeves because she believes that she is a fairy tale princess, and that deluded mind of hers, stood with two dogs, presumably seeking to triangulate the audience with her supposed care for animals, maintaining that facade of being a kind and empathic person. The quotation, or rather the comment that comes with it, states, "Crisp air, blue skies, and the sweetest moments." What is the sweet moment? Standing with a dog. Is that the best that you've got? Remember, just recently, the Nemesis was there at a state banquet, looking beautiful and elegant, sitting with prominent people from the world of intelligence, industry, politics, and royalty. Powerful, connected individuals. What did this one's wife have? A picture of him in the garden. What should she then have? Walking on stage and walking back off a stage, humiliated as a consequence of her husband going, "Oh, hi," not expecting her to appear. That was the best that she could muster. There she is, staring at a lawn and some trees. There are no flowers on display. There are no vegetables. They might be in another part of the garden. Are those the twin palm trees that are meant to represent her and Harry that we can see in front? Perhaps. But what that strikes me as is her just staring into nothingness. That she shares this picture, but there isn't really anything happening in it. And that demonstrates something about this woman that I have told you from the very beginning. She's empty. She's a nothing. She has nothing to offer. And because obscurity beckons, she's got to the stage where all that she can muster on her social media is a picture of her staring at a lawn with 2 dogs and the comment, crisp air, blue skies and the sweetest moments. Wow. Is that groundbreaking? Is that inspiring? Is that a joyful moment? No. It's empty and pointless. She has failed again and again and again. She has been given far more opportunities than many people. The children's book went nowhere. The content creation was slow and then ultimately resulted in very disappointing viewing figures. Her podcasts were atrocious and regularly mocked. Her first lifestyle brand went nowhere. Her second one is just a Potemkin business, which is roundly ridiculed and now is reduced to a daily diet of micro-influencer posts that aren't achieving anything. Her supposed march into politics went nowhere. The philanthropy was just a sham. She has been demonstrated as an individual. No matter what she does, she fails. She fails because she has no discernible talent. She fails because she believes that she's brilliant through her delusion, but she isn't. She fails because she lacks charisma. She fails particularly because of a consequence of her behaviours driven by her narcissism. She has become very unpopular with many people, which means that even if she was to do something that might be considered as quite good, they're just going to regard it as shit because it's her. And this is where she is now. Stood in her dress with the princess sleeves, wrapped up in the fairy tale delusion that she is someone special, thinking that posting a picture of her staring at a blue sky and a green lawn with 2 dogs is something meaningful, that it's something special. It shows the delusion is continuing to be large with this woman, that she thinks that such a picture is meaningful and special. But to anybody else, this is just a woman in a dress looking at a garden. It's hardly interesting, other than an example of her spiralling downwards towards obscurity. It's not inspirational. It's not meaningful. The fact that if this is the content that she is generating, it demonstrates most clearly that she is now staring at obscurity. The only thing, in effect, that's keeping her from it is the continued observance of, is she really going to fall flat on her face? The people waiting for the divorce, the people waiting for her to be exposed in relation to the truth about the children, etc. But if you removed those individuals who were invested in her comeuppance, you would be left with a very small number of people who actually support her, that wouldn't actually merit coverage on the scale that she receives. The media would think, no, there's not much to talk about. She's hardly any fans. And thus, her obscurity would be all the quicker. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.